I don't know how easy that's going to be to see. But I was sitting here just hearing buzzing and buzzing and buzzing, but there's a knot, an opening in the bottom of that tree, and there is millions of honeybees in it. Millions of them. It is unreal. I mean, it is. I mean, I was way out on the water when I heard this. I was like, what is that? But they are right inside that tree flying around everywhere. It'd be a bad spot to pull up and have to take care of business if you needed to. What's going on, everybody? Hadn't really done any fishing in the last week. I guess y'all can hear coming over a pretty good sickness, bronchitis, I guess, and not really much fever. Had a little fever, but just coughing real bad. But I felt pretty good to come out today. It's hard to pass up a beautiful day like today, Easter Sunday. It is gorgeous today. It's been kind of tough. I got 3 out at Neshoba County Lake, missed a few. Trigger happy. That's the hardest thing in topwater frog fishing is being trigger happy. You know, you gotta, when they hit it, you really gotta try to wait 2 or 3 seconds if you can, or wait till you see the line pull. It is so freaking hard to do, trust me. I've been frog fishing for years, and it's my favorite way to fish. I catch more big fish that way, but I also have days where I can't wait, and then I have days where I catch everything. So just want to talk about it a minute. One thing about frog fishing is a lot of people don't like to fish the heat of the day. Well, I'm here to tell you, when it gets late summer, heat of the day, that's when I get out there with the frog. I go straight to the thick lily pads like the ones you see all around me. And these are not as thick as I'm normally in, but they pretty thick over that way. And I like the Booyah frog. They have a regular size frog, and they have the mini Booyah pad crasher. And it's good to bring both sides. I have 2 rods set up. Cloudy days, you typically want a white, dark color frog, black, brown, dark. Sunny days, you typically want a white belly, but I always have a light green belly too, because I've had days where it seems like they won't hit the white belly, and I put the green on, and then they just go to rocking it. So have you a few different colors. I like to start out with the big frog. If I don't get many bites that way, then I turn to the mini pad crasher and start picking up some fish. So when you, and I'm dedicated to it now, I won't hardly do anything else that day when I go to frog fish. I mean, I could probably catch more fish doing other stuff, but I just love the topwater bite and tend to catch better fish on average. But anyway, let's go over here and let me show you a couple things about the frog. This is Neshoba County Lake. This is why I love this place. Back in the back over there, it was probably my favorite part of the lake, but they killed all the pads, so I'm hoping they grow back within a year or so. But anyway, this is the Booyah frog. This is the mini pad crasher. Typically the legs on them are really long, and I recommend cutting one side longer than the other. I didn't do that on this one. And then the hooks lay real close to the body. You can take your thumb on each side of the hooks and spread them off the body a little bit, like that right there, and typically get more hookups. So it's a long body, especially the irregular size Booyah pad crasher. If you do fish it in open water, you can walk it like you would some of the stick baits. I'm not a fan of that. I ain't never seen a frog walk sideways. I will walk it sometimes, but it's just not the way I like to do it. If you'll watch a live frog in the water every now and then, he kind of scoots. And you get this in the thick pads. You see the holes right here. Every time I come out of a little thick spot, I stop it in the hole, let it sit there. Get back in a thick spot, stop it in a hole. A lot of times that fish is gonna hit in the hole. So you wanna make sure you stop it. If you see some movement under there, just kinda lightly twitch it. Just enough for that frog to move, and that'll usually make him go ahead and commit. There's another way to fish a frog. It's called power fishing. And that's when you get in the thickest stuff, big lily pads. You throw it as far as you can. You want a long rod, 7.5 foot rod. I like heavy action. I got 70-pound braid. That's probably a little extreme. 50 to 65 is probably fine. But 70, you'll spool your reel if you ain't careful. But I'll cast it out there and in the thick pads, and I'll reel and twitch. Just bring it. That fish will follow that thing under the pads, and he will blow up on it. And that works fine some days. So just something else to try. Let's go over here and see what we can do. I'll show y'all what I do with the actual rod and the frog. I've been hearing a couple bass strike back behind me. Now there's a lot of gar in here, and you got to distinguish the gar from the bass. Typically the bass in here, when they pop the water, it's a tail flip. You can tell it. The gar, it sounds like a freaking tree falling in the water. So I don't go after the trees. But the bass tend to do it a different way. But here I got an open area and pads and a little open area. So let's cast out across that. I got a short rod right now. I don't have my big rod. It's behind me. I got the small frog on. I need to get another longer rod, but I like to twitch it, and I'm coming through the pad, so I'm gonna be fairly quick with it. Twitch, pause. Now I'm in an opening, so I'm gonna slow down. Nothing hits it in a second, then we'll pause again in that opening. It's kind of thick again, so I'm gonna move it a little quicker. And forgive my voice. Like I said, I'm coming off of a pretty rough cold, pretty rough stuff. Haven't fished in about 9 days, so even though we didn't just kill them today, I had a good time. But I'm back in open water. We're just gonna twitch it. Sometimes I'll sight fish them in this stuff. I'll look for the tail flips, and then I'll ease up on them. And usually I'll get a bite. And morning time seems to be the best time in here. Morning time up to about 2 p.m. on the hot days. Some activity up here in front of me, but I think it's gar. Yeah, when that frog hits the water, let it sit a second. Let the shock off of the water settle down. Got one of the nice bass blowed up from me. It's getting late, so hopefully they'll start biting again. Dang, when you're looking at the color of the frog, don't worry about the top. The bottom, it's in the water is what you're looking at. Stuff's pretty thick right here. There was a fish left in it, but he didn't get it. All right, y'all. I've had 3 more on the hook, and they come off probably in the 2 to 3 pound range. I don't know what the heck the problem is today. Oh, but it's been so frustrating. I'm talking about nice hookups, what I thought was nice hookups. One I was bringing over in the boat, fell off the hook. Another one hit. He took it good. I set the hook, fought him just about to the boat, come off the hook. Had another one hit a swimming minnow, about knocked the rod out of my hand, come off the hook. Woo. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be out here today. But it's starting to get dark. I'm gonna try to get across these pads, and then I got a pretty good ways to the boat ramp in my truck. But I was hoping to get one more. I was wanting to have 5 today, but I've had my opportunities for 5. I just didn't get it done. I mean, I had a pile of hits, and that's the way it goes sometimes, especially frog fishing. It's very difficult. Even when you do it right, they can still come off. Even with the tips of bending the hooks out. Sometimes you hook them in the skin inside the mouth, and they fight so dang hard that they rip it out. So don't get discouraged. Stay hard at it. You know, this is the best way to fish this kind of stuff, and it's just fun. It's fun to see the blow up. But looks like we're gonna leave it with 3. I didn't get them on video. I felt so bad I didn't want to put the camera on until it got cool. Of course, I caught the 3 I caught early right when I got here. But you never know. Might snag one on the way in.